Hey you, it's Daniel here. These past few weeks I've been really diving deep into building mechanical keyboards and I thought it would be a good idea, so I went ahead and built my own. I did a type test on it, so link in bio down below if you want to go check it out. But one of my friends did reach out to me saying that he wanted a keyboard of his own too. So after talking about what his preferences were regarding the switch type and the keyboard case, we decided on the items that he wanted in his build. He wanted a color scheme of blue, pink, purple, which was a similar color scheme of Tifu's built by Teha Types. And this is what we built. Now, considering that this is my second keyboard build ever, I think I've done a pretty good job. Now for me, I'm more of a minimalistic guy, so I wouldn't go for the bold color choices of pink, blue, purple, but the homie wants what he wants and we provide. Now for the case, we chose to go with the Adabao 75% case. Although the case comes with an integrated plate, I think it's a great choice for people that are new to the hobby. With some mods, we can make this thing sound pristine. Now, since there's an integrated plate, we need to make sure that we don't get this ping noise when we type. Here's what it sounds like without any modifications done to the keyboard. It doesn't sound bad for a stock case, but we can always improve. I took the case apart and added some foam that the keyboard was packed with. However, after cutting the foam and measuring it out to fit the board, I realized that the PCB was resting at an angle, creating the hollow space behind the board. I cut the foam so that it would fit in the angle and provided additional foam near the bottom of the case. After doing so, I added another mod. Now, hear me out and promise not to click out, okay? Okay. I added some duct tape to the back of the mounting plate, and I know that this is a little bit weird to do, but hear the noise without the tape and then the tape. I feel like the tape makes it so that it sounds a lot more cleaner and softer. Now for the stabs, the stock ones that come with Adabao's case are pretty trash. I'm not sponsored or endorsed by any company, so you are well assured I'm giving you my honest feedback. I went ahead and copped the Durock V2 stabs from Amazon. I'll make sure to link everything to the keyboard down below. The lubing process is pretty simple for the stabilizers of the keyboard. My first time doing them, I think I just had more trouble finding the sockets that belong to them once taking them out, but after you do your first rodeo, you should be fine. After taking out the stock stabs, I lubed up the Durock V2s and got ready for a messy show. Lubing the stabs and putting them into the sockets where they belong is challenging for me because for some reason I would always have lube on my fingertips and get them onto the board. Once you finish mounting the stabs, you're ready to screw the PCB back into the plate and get started on the switches. I really recommend putting on a show or two while lubing your switches because this can get really time consuming. The process isn't hard at all, however it is very tedious. I went ahead and watched the video from Teha Types to learn the fundamentals and where to lube and then went straight to business. I really recommend getting a grabber tool that I have here because it just helps grip onto things a lot easier. Grabbing the stem with your fingertips can get pretty difficult, so grabbing tools like these come to your service. Lubing the switches also low-key made me feel like I was doing surgery on something, and it made me feel really professional for some reason. Kinda proud. I slapped on some good cooking shows because I can always learn about different cultures and food while still doing something productive. I think learning different skills throughout life is really crucial, especially when adulting and when life gets hard. Okay, enough of the old grandpa talk. Once you're done lubing the switches, here comes the fun part, putting the switches in. The first switch I put into the board was a bit odd because it didn't go in like my first keyboard. It was a little stiff going in at first, but with some patience and some force, we shoved that switch in. I think it was mainly because of the huge variety of switches that sometimes it can be a little bigger than normal, but I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that. Another life lesson here is with these switches is that something in life might not feel like the right fit. It can be a career choice or even a romantic partner. But we need to go past the discomfort and push beyond our comfort zone to push that switch in, which in this life lesson's case, pushing through the discomfort. If anybody is watching this and you're scared to do what you think might be good for you, don't be scared to pursue your dreams because you never know if it might just be the perfect fit for you. Now for a second keyboard, I really like how this looks and sounds, but I think we've brought this keyboard to life with the keycaps that my friend chose, and it really makes it stand out. The key switch choice was awesome, going with the novelty creams, and it makes everything sound so thoughtful. Stay tuned for the type test while I talk a bit more about the keyboard. Some things I definitely would have done different was maybe go for a darker color case, since the blue, pink, and purple scheme is a bit poppy, especially with the white color. That's personally what I would have done if it were my keyboard, but since it wasn't a personal build, I didn't have much control. I really like that he chose the novelty creams because of the typing sound that it makes when it's lubed, but maybe I should have tried adding film, but there's always next time to do so. Something about building a keyboard is really fulfilling, just the sheer time that it takes to build and the endless possible outcomes that you could get from choosing different switches, cases, and keycaps is really compelling to me. I love to see what other people's builds are, and so my whole Instagram Explore page is literally just mechanical keyboards and desk setups. Even though this keyboard took some time building, I think in the end it was all worth it. Now, the one thing that you guys have been waiting for, here is a typing test.